Assalamu alaikum. Hello students. How are you? Hope you are safe and well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Let's start the class. Yes, it is our class number 10. 10 number class, I mean. So today we are going to start a new chapter and we are going to learn some new things. And I think you have already guessed that which chapter, because we have already finished chapter 7, right? Decimal fraction. Now and in the first term we have already finished that. We have all completed average. Now we are going to learn about percentage. Let's go to page number 94. Please open your book at page number 94. What have you seen? Percentage, right? Percentage. In percentage, we are going to learn about three things: comparison of quantity, simple interest, and profit and loss. Today, I will discuss about comparison of quantity and simple interest. Let's see what is comparison of quantity. Yes, comparison of quantity means to compare with similar things like expense. You have like Noor, spend for tiffin 20 taka out of 50 taka. And if I take Maimuna, that Maimuna spent 18 taka out of 40 taka for tiffin expense. So then we have to find out the percentage. Then we can compare with Noor and Maimuna, like that way. And you can see, first of all, so if you want to compare, then we have to find out percentage. What is actually percentage? You can see in your book what is, if in the question this kind of question will come, that what is percentage? A ratio expressed as a fraction of 100 is called percentage. I mean, as a fraction of 100. Fraction of 100 means, always remember, in percentage there will be denominator 100. How much? Denominator will 100. Look here, 137 equal to percentage means 100 denominator, and 137 comes as numerator. Have you seen? 15%, 1500. It can be expressed in reduced from this common fraction. It's we have already learned that. Look here, 1% means percents. It is we used as 100 denominator, and 1 as we used as numerator. Look, so it is denoted using the percent sign. Have you seen that? This is percent sign. We have already known that. So what is fraction? A ratio expressed as a fraction of 100, right? What is percentage? A ratio expressed as a fraction of 100 is called percentage. So comparison is easy. Sometimes we have to compare with class. In our class, how many percent of students of girls and how many percentage of students are boys. So we have to find out that from total number. Here you can see one of the exercises giving here. The population of Shokhipur village is 1280, and 40% of the population of that village is educated. Find a number the educated person. Just 14% of how much? 1280. Have you seen that? 14% of 1280. Total village number of villagers numbers how much? 1280, and the educated person's population 40%. Yes, then we have to find out the just educated person. We have to find out 40% of 1280, right? 40% of 1280. I can show you here, like you will solve like that way. The 40% of 1280 then equal 40%. I said I have already shown that in the previous page. 40 you will use numerator 40 as numerator, and for percentage sign we will use 100 for denominator of 1280. We know what do you mean by of. Of means multiplication. We can cut it by, look here, it will be, if you cut this 0 0 cut, this I will not cut here, I just show you. 0 0 0 0 4 into 128, the answer will be 4 8 is 32, carrying 3, 4 to the 8 and 3 11, carrying 1, 4 on the 4 and 1 5. So here you can see 512% key what, educated, right? Educated, 512% are educated. If they ask for uneducated person, then we will subtract this 512%, I mean this educated person, from total number of people, then you can find the uneducated people. It's easy, right? And comparison, we will practice for this comparison later. Now you can see simple interest. Have you seen that? Yes, simple interest. So simple interest, here is some component in this simple interest. If I want to show you, here you can see simple interest. What is the component including the simple interest? You can see principal, annual interest rate, time, principal interest, or you can say interest principal. Now you can what is principal? You can see principal in your book, it's given the money borrowed or invested is called principal, and the annual interest rate is calculated by the following formula. We'll discuss formula after sometimes. So now I think you already have known that the money borrowed or invested is called principal. Like that way, if you borrow from a bank 10,000 taka for 2 years, then the principal is 10,000 taka. Or if you deposit some money like 5,000 taka for 10 years in the bank, then this 5,000 taka is what, principal, right? Then comes annual interest. Annual interest means, actually we can say it interest, normal interest, barshik. In Bangla you can say barshik. Annual means yearly. Interest means in Bangla shud or munafa, shud অথবা munafa, you can say that. So annual interest, or you can say only interest. Interest means if you deposit 5,000 taka for 5 years, then the bank will give you some extra money for depositing the money in his or her bank, right? That's the profit is called interest. And annual interest rate, always remember, we calculate all kind of interest rate on the depends on annual interest rate, I mean yearly interest rate. mean how much rate means how much money you are going to pay or you are going to get in 100 taka. Always remember, in how much taka? 100 taka. Interest rate means 100 taka. Money 100 taka. If the interest rate is given the 5%. Here you can see in the question, interest annual interest rate of 6%. 6% means what? 6 taka out of how much taka? Out of 100 taka. So if you deposit 100 taka, you will get 6 taka after 1 year as an interest or profit, right? Or if you take loan from bank of 100 taka, annual interest rate is 6%, then you have to pay back how much? 100 taka as principal, and including and you must have to pay the interest of 6 taka, right? For 6%, I mean 100 taka 6 taka, then you have to pay back 106 taka. 6 taka interest and 100 taka principal. So here you can see the another important component is time. Always remember, time is matter. Always, because if you take loan 100 taka from a bank for 1 year, then 8% or 10% interest rate, then it will be how much? 10 taka for 1 year interest. But if that is 2 years, then interest will be how much? 10 taka for 1 year, then for 2 years, 10 into 2, 20 taka. Very good. So you can see another component, principal interest or interest principal. Whatever I say is how much you have to pay back. Pay back means principal plus interest. I said there's a 6% interest for 100 taka. If you want to pay back after 1 year, then you have to pay back how much? 100 taka for principal, 100 taka for principal, and 6 taka for interest. So you have to pay back 106 taka. 106 taka. Have you seen that here? If annual interest rate is 6% and annual interest rate for 100 taka is 6 taka. Very good. So if that is 2 years, then you have to give 2 years interest. 6 taka for 1 year. So for 2 years, 6 into 12 taka. So you have to pay back after 2 years 112 taka. 12 taka interest, 100 taka principal. So let's start. I'm going to show you some important formula, by which formula you can solve it easily. You can find the requirement easily. So common formulas about percentage. Here you can see interest, I mean munafa, shud, whatever you say. Principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. You must have to memorize that, and you have to practice at home. Interest equal to how much? Interest equal to principal into rate of interest, I mean percentage, whatever, and into time, whatever time, year, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and divided by 100. And you can see number 2, principal. How to find out? These three things are same, these three formulas, just this is different. So just give a good look or be attentive, then you will find out the difference. So what is the difference? Look here, principal equal to interest into 100 divided by rate of interest into time. And here rate of interest, always remember rate of interest means annual, I mean yearly, 1 year. So rate of interest equal to interest into 100, same. Look here, same, interest into 100. Just I replace this 2 component. Here rate of interest, I just give it here, from here to here, and here was principal, and principal has come here, right? Principal into time, interest into 100 divided by principal into time. Again look here, time, same, the numerator same, interest into 100, principal into, just time will come here and rate of interest will go there, the principal to rate of interest. I think it is easy now, and you must have to memorize that, or whatever you have to remember about this formula. So now look here, in interest principal, another quotation, it means interest plus principal, I said that. So I'm going to practice some of for you. It is already, I have lost lots of some of important time. So look here, book page number 96. Have you seen activity 1? You can see book page number 96. Book page number 96. Activity 1. Look, the annual interest rate. Annual interest rate is unknown. So we have to find out annual interest rate. So how am I going to find out? Let's read it attentively. Sohel borrowed 800 taka from a bank and paid back 856 taka in 1 year time, ek bochor. What was the annual interest rate? I said that you have to remember the formula. So first of all you have to write given principal equal to 800 taka, already given, and he paid back how much? 856 taka. So 856 taka. So the difference is the interest. Look here, we took 800 taka, you gave 856 taka. So 800 taka here principal subtract korle total paid back theke, then you will find the interest 56 taka, right? So time, and given time equal to how many years? 1 year given. So we already know, you have to remember the formula. Rate of interest equal to interest into 100 divided by principal into time. The interest here we have found out the 56 and 100, and principal we know given here 800. So 800 into 1, I just write 1, it's unnecessary. So you can see I solve it here. 800, 1, 800, 800 is 8, 100 is 800, 8, 5, 7 is 56. So the result is 7 taka. You cannot write percentage sign here. Always remember, you cannot write percentage sign here. You will write percentage sign in the answer. Please don't write percentage sign here, then your problem or your solution will be deducted, or it will be removed, or it will be cut. It will be wrong. So let's solve another one. Oh, I see. It's optional solution or optional way, optional method. You can see, you can solve it as a words problem. So interest, we have to find out interest same as way 856 minus 856 taka. You will write now like that way. For 800 taka in 1 year, interest is how much taka? 56 taka. So percentage means how much? 100. We have to find out the 100 value. So for 1 taka 1 year, so 56 by 800 into 1. For 1 taka, sorry, for 100 taka, the 1 year interest is 56 into 100, 800 into 1. So how much? 7 taka. I said you can't give the sign here. So here you can see answer is 7%. Let's start another one. Page 97, activity 2. I think you have seen that Lincoln borrowed some money from a bank with an annual interest of 6%. With an annual interest of so let's see. You can see I'm sorry, it is problem with 6% interest principal is 100 plus 6, 106 taka. So now interest principal is 106 taka when principal is 100 taka. So you can solve it. Interest principal is 1 taka when principal is 100 by 106 taka. Then when principal interest is given 1272 taka, so 1272 taka, then principal is 100 into 1272 by 106 taka. So I just show you rough here. 12 times it will go, so it is 1200 taka. Let's solve for last one. Last one is here. You can see Shamol Chakma borrowed 4,500 taka from a bank. From a bank and annual interest of 8% were always charged on the principal. I mean annual interest is how much? 8%, and principal is how much? For 4,500 taka. So first requirement is how much taka would he pay back in 10 years? Would he pay back in 10 years? You can, if the video is not clear, then you have to see your book, the questions, page number 97. So look here. First of all, example 1 is given how much I have to pay back. Payback means interest, principal interest. So principal, and we have to find out first interest, then we will add the principal and the interest to payback. So first given principal 4,500 taka, rate of interest 8% time 10 years. It is given in the question 10 years. So now we know interest equal to 4,000. What is that? We know interest equal to principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. So here you can see principal 4,500 and rate of interest 8 years, right? Sorry, 8%, and time is 10 years and divided by 100. So I solve it in rough so that you can find out. Look here, 10 tens 100, or you can 10 this 0 cut and this 1010 cut. So a 450 into 8 equal to 3,600. Like, or if I show you that 10 tens 100, sorry, 10 tens 100, and if I cut 10 by 4,500, it will be 450. It will be 450 into 8, then 3,600 taka what? Interest, and we have to pay back. So we have to give after 10 years the 4,500 taka principal, and interest is 3,600 taka. So totally how much? 8,100 taka. We have to pay back 8,100 taka. I think it is clear now to you. So let's see the number 2 requirement. You can see several years later the annual interest summed up to 2,520 taka. How many years did he borrow? Actually here is requirement, our requirement is time. How many years do you need to sum up the interest of 2,520 taka? I said that you have to remember the formula of time. So can you tell me what, I think you have already remembered. Look here, I'm showing you time equal to interest into 100 divided by principal into rate of interest. So here first of all you will write given principal 4,500 taka as usual, rate of interest 8%, total interest that was 2,520 taka. So you can see time equal to interest into 100 divided by principal into rate of interest. Same interest 2520 taka into 100, principal equal to 4500, rate of interest 8%, I mean 8 taka, 8% 100 we write in the upper numerator. So you can see I cut it 100 by 4500 45 times, and if I divide 2520 by 45, that will come 56, and if I divide 56 by 8, that is come 7. So the answer is 7 years. So in 7 years the total interest will summed up 2520 taka, and you can solve it by yourself by in your own way, but please solve it in a proper way, so that in two ways you can use formula or you can solve it in as a words problem. It's up to you. So I will not length anymore, it is already 20 minutes up. So you know I am always a time eater teacher, so don't worry, it's math, it's need time. So SW number 10, book page number 96, exercise 1. I know what is exercise. It's this sign called exercise. Always remember, this sign called exercise, or this sign compass sign called activity. So book page number 96, exercise 1, book page number 97, activity 3, book page number 97, exercise 3 also, and book page number 99, 4, 5, 6. I mean from the exercise you have to solve 4, 5, 6 by yourself. Please practice it by yourself or using formula, and by understanding, moreover by understanding, then you will understand something. If you face any kind of problem, please show me without any fear or any scary, and I will be there for you to help you and to make you understand. Thank you very much. See you in the next class. Stay home, stay safe, stay strong.